Hi, my name is Chris Stoddard. I am a DARE Extension Master Gardener Volunteer. Today's presentation is on a tree that is often called the lilac of the South. Lagerstroemia indica, crepe myrtle, is a common sight here in the South. Now, crepe with an A is the correct spelling. But in the South, crepe with an E is the preferred common name. It all sounds the same. The common name is in reference to the crepe papery flowers or inflorescences and the myrtle-like features of the bark and foliage. Now, crepe myrtle is a favorite of many southern gardeners. The biggest reason is that it is covered in blooms at a time when most trees are finished, and those blooms can last for months during the hottest part of the summer. Crepe myrtle is a native of China, but it grows so well in the South, it should be given citizenship. Actually, it has naturalized in the United States from Virginia to Arkansas, south to Texas and Florida. It is a deciduous tree that does well in our growing zone. Deer do not particularly like it. Crepe myrtle needs at least 6 hours of full sun. They will survive in part shade, but will not flower as abundantly, and the trunks may be a little weak. It prefers moist, porous soil, but will adapt to sand, loam, or clay as long as it is well drained. Once established, crepe myrtles will tolerate some drought. Now, it is not very tolerant of salt spray and heavy winds, and if you plan to plant it near the beach, you need to put it in a protected area. Flowers appear on new growth. Heavy pruning should be done in late winter, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. A lot of work has been done with crepe myrtles. Not only are there several different colors of flowers, but there are plants that can be used as shrubs and only reach 3 to 5 feet high, as well as large shade trees reaching heights of 35 feet, and almost any size in between. Crepe myrtles, depending on the cultivar, can be used in many ways in the landscape. They can even be used as and grown in containers. There are so many cultivars, so many colors. The colors range from white to pink, purple, to every shade of red you could think of. I couldn't resist here. A few more pictures of the many colors of crepe myrtle. Even a white-pink combination called peppermint lace, as well as peachy orange called tuscarora, and a purple called catawba. Besides the long-lasting blooms, crepe myrtles also show off in the fall with leaves turning yellow to orange to red. The seed capsules form in the late summer and persist throughout the winter, adding a little winter interest to the landscape. And also, to make them even more desirable, take a look at these trunks. Their spectacular bark is rarely noticed because of the flowers, but the peeling bark as it gets older reveals beautiful patterns of gray, brown, cream, and tan. Now, basically, crepe myrtles are trouble-free trees. Powdery mildew is one of the most common problems of crepe myrtle, caused by a fungus. Patches of white to gray powdery growth occurs on the surface of the leaves, new branches, and flowers. The flowers may fail to open, and the leaves become a little distorted. Development of the mildew is favored by high humidity at night and dry, mild daytime conditions. We see that a lot sometimes. Crepe myrtle aphids are pale yellowish-green in color with black spots on the abdomen, and they only feed on crepe myrtle trees. They suck the plant sap from the leaves, which causes yellow spots to develop and may eventually distort the leaves. They also excrete large amounts of a sugary liquid called honeydew, which serves as food for the sooty mold fungi. It is ugly, but it really does not harm the tree. Now, Cercospora leaf spot is not a common disease, but it can cause heavy defoliation in the late summer and early fall. Yellow spotting of the leaves begins on lower branches and gradually spreads upward. Late winter is a good time to prune many trees and shrubs in our area. On the Outer Banks, that would be in January or February. Crepe myrtles benefit from some pruning to remove dead branches and shape any overly long branches. But many are cut back to the bare trunks in the belief that this will yield more flowers. This practice is called pollarding, which is a method of keeping the trees at a small size. Practice may result in a shorter bloom time, delayed flowering, weaker branching, and can increase insect and disease problems. Now, the natural shape of the crepe myrtle is beautiful. Heavy pruning can ruin this, but many people find this heavy pruning desirable. With over 50 species and uncountable cultivars and varieties, there are many that will fit your landscaping needs. When purchasing new crepe myrtle plants, you should do your homework and find plants that are resistant to powdery mildew and leaf spot. Most of these have Indian names. Now, crepe myrtle is a great plant that requires low maintenance once established and really does enhance your landscape. Crepe myrtles are trees that do survive and thrive on the Outer Banks. If you have further questions about crepe myrtles or any other gardening questions, please call our Ask a Master Gardener line at 473-4290 or email us at greenlineobx@gmail.com. Thank you for listening.